So we have this basic HTML file in which we were working on, and this is located in the first folder, and we had a video, a picture from previous video, and I added an audio file. So you can add an audio file in your folder. Let me close this file menu and let's discuss about the audio tag which we use to add an audio to our web page. I'm gonna write the audio tag. It is a pair tag, so opening and closing audio tag, and it accepts an attribute which is source or src, and to this attribute we give an URL or a path as a value. So I'm gonna give the path of our audio file, which is /, then gregor.mp3. This audio is not owned by me. I downloaded it from pixabay.com and the author's name is Gregor, so you can check his audios. I'm gonna save this file. You can see there is nothing in our web page. Let me write the controls attribute, controls, save the file. Now you can see our file, the audio file. So without this controls attribute, we can't see the audio or play the audio. So this controls attribute adds the controls like this play pause button. Let me reduce the sound, or this sound button. We can disable this or enable this, reduce this, increase this, or we have another menu icon from where we can control the playback speed. So in the audio tag, we must have to use the controls attribute. Now look carefully. When we refresh the browser, the audio does not start automatically. We have to click on this play icon. Check this out. We have to click on this icon. So if you want that whenever the web page loads, the audio should be played automatically. For that, we can use the autoplay attribute. So autoplay, and we can give the value true, but automatically the value is set to true. We don't have to write this manually. It is optional. In here also, in the controls attribute, we can write the true value, but this is optional. Automatically the value is set to true. If you write this attribute, then it will have the value set to true. So I wrote this autoplay attribute. So now look carefully. When I will save the file, the browser will reload and it will automatically start to play the audio file. I don't have to click on this play button. So I'm gonna save this file, Control S. You can see the audio started automatically. So I'm gonna remove this autoplay attribute for this moment because it will keep playing whenever we save our file, because the live server is running. So I'm gonna remove this autoplay attribute for this moment. Save the file, and one thing you can see that if I play this audio and go to the end of this audio, when the audio will be finished, it will stop. It won't replay. So let me play this and go to the end. Whenever the audio will be finished, then it will stop. It does not replay. So if you want that the audio should be in loop and whenever it finishes, it should get replayed. So for that, you can use the loop attribute. So if you write the loop attribute, the default value will be set to true. You don't have to write that manually. So if you save the file, now if I play the audio and go to the end, it will replay the audio. You can see after the audio was over, it started playing the audio again. And one thing you can observe as well, whenever we play the audio or load the page, the sound is enabled by default. But in some cases, let's say you want that the sound should be disabled at first when the user loads the page or play the audio, and he has to click on this sound icon to enable the sound. And for that, you have to use the muted attribute. So if I save the file, you can see when the page loads, the sound icon is disabled. If I play this audio, still the sound icon is disabled. User has to click on this to enable the sound. Then he can disable, then he can enable. If you use this muted attribute, then the sound will be disabled for users. Then we have another attribute which is preload. and the default value is set to auto. This means the browser will try to reload the audio file. If I save the file, the browser will try to preload the audio because it is the default behavior. And we can set the value here metadata. If I save the file, then the browser will not preload the whole audio but only try to preload the metadata. And I can set the value here none as well. If I write none, then it won't preload anything. You can see the sound icon and the progress bar is in light gray color. If I play the audio, then it will start to load the audio. You can see now it is in gray color. Before playing, it was in light gray color. So if our user visit our website with an outdated software or browser, maybe his browser does not support the audio tag, then we have to show him a warning that his browser does not support that. For that, in between the opening and closing audio tag, we give a fallback content. Let's say I'm gonna write your browser does not support audio, please upgrade. So if user's browser does not support this audio tag and has a problem with this tag, then as a fallback content, this text or warning will be shown to him. I hope you understood the audio tag and its attributes, and you understood how the fallback content is used to notify the user that his browser does not support the tag.